It's bad about you giving them each other's name.
Joe. Rufus' brother?
No. It's
his uncle?
His brother.
Yeah, he had a son named Joe.
Huh?
Joe had a son named Joe?
That's me. Don't think so. Yeah. Which one? Joe?
You said Joe Nichols had a son named Joe?
I don't think so. He had one called Joe. And he had a daughter, I think. I don't remember her name. Never seen her. Little Joe, he come over and played the guitar for us a time or two. He tried to drag Wilburn off after he'd been picking apples, trying to drag him off and get his money. Paycheck. Daddy got the shotgun and took after him. He ain't come back no more. He told me, he said, I know what you want to do. You want that money.
Where did Joe live?
Huh?
Where did Joe live?
Who?
Joe, where did he live?
Joe, across the skyline on the other side. Franklin side.
Franklin?
Franklin side was right below the skyline. Just a little bit from us. But you had to cross the road. But Skyline Drive.
Huh.
Divided Virginia and Franklin County. Copperhead and Franklin. Really, Floyd County and Franklin.
Who did Joe marry?
Huh?
Who did Joe marry? Do you know?
Dan.
Who did Joe marry?
Gay.
Gay? Who did Joe marry?
Job.
Joe.
Joe. I don't know. I know I should know, but I don't remember.
Was that Rufus' brother?
Yep.
He had a brother named Joe?
But Joe didn't come around too much because, like his daddy, he didn't. Like my daddy, he didn't drive.
He didn't drive.
I reckon he never had an automobile.
They probably couldn't afford an automobile.
I guess that's poor. And Daddy got Zeke to drive for him. They went in together and bought a truck, hauled stuff for 1 year. Zeke drove, Max drove, old Doc drove, Robert drove. Robert was a baby. The family.
What was Robert's middle name? Do you know it?
Huh?
Do you know Robert's other name? His middle name? Did he marry someone?
Yeah, I don't know who. They lived in Salem, Virginia. Most of the time.
Did he have any kids?
Seemed like he had one, but I'm not sure. He was called. No, I don't know. Anyway, he was called Howard Nichols. They give me his name.
Robert's son?
Huh?
Robert's son was Howard?
I don't know, I reckon. I don't know how that worked. I used to know. We used to have it all wrote down, but I guess it got destroyed. The Kings lived up the hill on the other side. Jerry Lewis, my cousin. Charles King, he was a uncle, I think. Mama's brother, I reckon. How you get that in there like that? ticket straight up.
Yep.
You get my picture in that. One of his dad's sisters married Connor at Get Mountain. And one of them married Eddie. I forget who they are. Can't think of their last name. And then Rachel married Dewey Huntley. He's Rachel's sister.
And Rachel had Jim's farm.
I don't know if she had any children or not. But she married Dewey Huntley. And then she died early. She didn't live too long. Dewey married Miss Sink. Her husband killed herself with a gun, blew his head off one day. And so he married her a few months later. Dewey Huntley did. He was a Huntley, but he married her. And then he married Saint woman. She had 3 kids. Jean and Bobby and can't think of the other. Her youngest one was about my age.
So both of them's spouses died about the same time?
Jewish wife. The other, I guess 6 months or a year between their marriage.
What did Rachel die from?
Huh?
What did Rachel die of?
I don't know. Did we remember what they died of or not? That's been a long time. I was just a little boy. In school.
Wasn't Jim buried on their farm?
Huh?
Was Jim buried on their farm?
Jim.
Jim and Tressie buried on the Huntley farm?
I don't know. See, Dewey bought the Nichols place. Grandpa Nichols. Grandpa and Grandpa Nichols. Grandma and Grandpa Nichols. Where we had our mama buried in that graveyard. He bought that whole place. House and all.
Her mama was buried there?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about her mama. Dad's mama was. She gave Doc the farm down below there. So he said his mama disowned him. He didn't have no more to do with Doc. Doc was a mean old thing anyway. He couldn't stand it.
And Doc moved to Benton.
Denton?
Benton.
I didn't know. He was still up there when we left. Sent us a Christmas card from his wife and kids. Sent us a Christmas card. And Dad wouldn't open it. He said it wrote on it, unloved and unclaimed, sent, returned to sender. Mailman had to carry it back. Someone wrote on the back, use it for strikers.
Was his name Doc or Doctor?
Doc.
Did he have another name?
Charles and Paul's daddy. And they was mean just like him.
Who's Charles?
His son.
Doc's son?
Paul too. And old Paul, he come down there. Bassett got a job. Sand room right below me where I was working. I went there to get a truck. Oh, Howard. I didn't know like I seen him. I'd been told he was working down there, but I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen him since the road up no way, and I didn't really know him. I got the glimpse of him. I didn't really know like I should know him. Kept going. made him mad. Next time I was there, we take the truck. I took the bolts by the ribbon. He got them. What's that building behind there? Oh, that's that refrigerator behind me.
Yeah. So Charles worked with you where? In Bassett?
I reckon they was working there when I left. I don't know.
So they were living in Bassett when you left?
As far as I know, they was still at that factory when I left, but I might be wrong. And that had nothing to do with it. Yeah, they beat Dad and tried to beat everybody. I just didn't have nothing to do with it. My brand new shoe Peg got me to wear to school in. Took one of them out there in mistakes horse trough. Kept water in. Dipped it to fill it full of water and give it back to me. Pulled it off my foot. He's a lot bigger than I was. Nothing I could do. I poured the water out right quick. Went over there and sat down in the grass and drained it a little more. Put it back on, went on home. It didn't come off pieces. I was scared to death it would. And it didn't. Where's that running at? There?
No,
It ain't running. I'm not.